Okay, so all right, we're back, right? Right. What is this? Sorry, I'm just playing here. I don't mean to be. I'm just trying to make what I have going on here a bit better, that's all. Okay, well, I don't know where the comments disappeared to now, but that's all right. Okay, all right. Let's get back to the party here, right? All right, let me fix this a little bit. Okay, I think we are good. Hang on 1 second, one more thing to lose. Okay. All right. I have been reviewing the engine logs and the daily runs, and the performance is simply superb. We are consistently exceeding the speeds I had hoped for. And should this weather hold, I have every confidence that we will make a fine showing upon our arrival in New York, perhaps even a day sooner than the papers have predicted. Imagine the headlines, my dear. It will be the ultimate rebuke to our competitors and a testament to the superiority of the White Star Line in every conceivable fashion. This is not merely transport, it is a statement of intent. Socially, the voyage is everything we could have hoped for. The passenger list is a veritable roll call of American industry and aristocracy. Last evening, I dined at the captain's table with Colonel Astor and his young wife. The colonel is a man of quiet but immense substance, and he was thoroughly impressed with the ship's appointments. Also present were the Strausses. Isidore is a keen businessman, and we had a fascinating discussion about the future of retail. To have such figures lend their endorsement by being here is invaluable. The ship is not just a success, she's the only place to be. Um, Every corner is filled with the low, confident hum of power and influence. It's gratifying to see one's grandest ambitions realized so perfectly. Of course, a project of this magnitude um, is not without its minor annoyances, which I naturally keep from the passengers. The passengers, um, Captain Smith is a fine and popular commander, a true asset in terms of public relations. The passengers adore him. However, he is a man of a more traditional and cautious era of seamanship. I had to gently encourage him to truly test the capabilities of this vessel. He seems at times more like a nervous caretaker than the master of the world's greatest ship. This morning on the bridge, I made a suggestion regarding our speed, a subtle encouragement to open her up and see what she is truly capable of. He agreed, of course, but with a hesitation that I find somewhat trying. One must have absolute faith in one's own creation. My other primary frustration, and this is a matter of some delicacy, is our man, Preston Beaumont. From a business perspective, he has been an invaluable asset. The deals that he structured, particularly with the suppliers for the construction, have been a masterclass in efficiency and have contributed significantly to our financial success. He has a sharp, ruthless mind for business that I admire, and he knows how to speak the language of power. a quality that is distressingly rare these days. However, his judgment in personal matters on this voyage has been, I am sorry to say, deeply disappointing. He has become utterly infatuated with the American girl, Miss Fairchild, and his pursuit of her is becoming increasingly indiscreet. I saw them myself last night in the Cafe Parisien, their heads bent close together in a conversation that was clearly not for public consumption. It is unprofessional and frankly a liability. A man in his position, a married man at that, cannot afford to be the subject of shipboard gossip. An affair is one thing, but a public spectacle is quite another. It is a distraction I cannot afford, and he cannot afford, and it reflects poorly on my own judgment in placing him here. He is meant to be representing the interests of the White Star Line, not conducting a whirlwind affair like a character in a cheap novel. I had a word with him this afternoon on the matter. I reminded him of his duties and of the importance of discretion. I reminded him that his wife's family connections are a significant asset that he is placing in jeopardy with this foolishness. He assured me he had the situation under control, but I'm not entirely convinced. He has a certain obsessive streak that can be useful in business, but is a clear detriment in personal affairs. I shall have to keep a close watch on him for the remainder of this voyage. The last thing we need is some messy emotional scandal detracting from our triumphant arrival in New York. But these are minor matters. The unnecessary trifles of managing a great enterprise. The larger picture is one of glorious success. I look forward to the coming days, to seeing this great ship prove herself beyond all doubt. I envision the moment we steam past the Statue of Liberty, the flotilla of press boats surrounding us, the city agog at our arrival. It will be the culmination of years of work, a moment of history that we have made. Give my love to the children. I will wire you from New York with the news of our record-breaking passage the moment we arrive. Yours, J. Bruce Ishmael. So, Mr. Ishmael, my dearest Florence, could that be his wife, perchance? I'm thinking so. Now, Mr. Preston Beaumont, has evidently been taking up with Elise Fairchild, the fiancée of Liam Cunningham. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. This sounds like a little three-way la-di-da. Let's read about Preston Beaumont. Let's take a look at his bio. Okay. Born into a respectable British family, Preston learned early that charm and intelligence could be leveraged even more effectively than inherited fortune. He distinguished himself at university, where his strategic mind for numbers and human nature quickly became apparent. Preston's personal life is as meticulously curated as his career. His marriage to Eleanor, a woman from a prominent aristocratic family, was a strategic alliance cementing his social standing. While outwardly a picture of marital propriety, the marriage is one of convenience, devoid of true affection, serving primarily as a backdrop for his ascendance. Preston is a man who believes deeply in managing appearances, ensuring every aspect of his life projects an image of success. However, beneath this polished exterior lies a man of intense passions and a dangerous need for control. His affair with Elise Fairchild is a carefully managed indulgence, fulfilling a desire for intellectual and emotional engagement. He is genuinely captivated by Elisa's spirit and ambition, recognizing in her a kindred mind that excites him. Yet even this relationship is intertwined with his overarching agenda. Elise, through her father's influence, represents a valuable connection to American industry, further solidifying his transatlantic power base. Okay. Oh my. Okay, so this ought to be good. This is a letter written on RMS Titanic letterhead on board the RMS Titanic, April 11th, 1912. This is a letter from Preston Beaumont to Elise Fairchild. My Elise, I have been thinking of nothing but you since we parted last night. I find myself replaying our conversation in the Café Parisien, a conversation I believe was the most honest we have yet shared. I spoke to you of things I rarely speak of the philosophies and actions that are required to shape the world, rather than simply just exist in it. It was an act of profound trust, initiation, a testament to the fact that I see you as a true partner, an equal in spirit and intellect. I left our meeting feeling electrified, convinced that you and you alone understood the complex world in which I navigate. And yet, I must confess, a certain concern has taken root in my mind. I saw you in the Palm Court this morning, and you seemed distant, preoccupied. I sensed in your quiet composure a shadow of the turmoil you must be feeling. It is to be expected, of course. For a woman of your sensitivity and sheltered background, a glimpse into the true mechanics of power and finance can be an unsettling thing. You have been raised on poetry and principle. I am a man who deals in leverage and consequence. It is a different language, and I fear that in my passion to share my world with you, I may have been a clumsy translator, leaving you with a feeling of unease rather than exhilaration. Let me be clear, for your peace of mind is paramount to me. When I speak of outmaneuvering men, of making bold, efficient decisions, I am speaking of the very engine of progress. The world is not built by cautious men who adhere to every outdated rule and tremble at every shadow of risk. It is forged by men of vision, men who see the future and are willing to bend the present to its will. The engineers in Belfast are excellent at their craft, but their craft is calculation, not creation. They see the ship as a collection of parts, of stress tolerances, and fuel consumption rates. I see it as a symbol of will, a declaration of dominance on the world's most important stage. The bold decisions I spoke of are what separate a magnificent enterprise like this one from 1,000 lesser, forgotten ventures. Please, my dear, do not mistake my passion for innovation for a lack of care. My care is simply on a grander scale. It is this complex world that your fiance, for all his goodness, cannot fathom. His is a world of right angles and predictable outcomes. He is a man who solves the problem he is given. I am a man who decides which problems are worth solving. It is why he is a passenger in the world that I am helping to create. You must understand this distinction, Elise, for it is the key to understanding me and to understand the magnificent future that awaits us. Your disquiet is merely the natural vertigo one feels when stepping out of a small confined room into and onto the precipice of a vast and thrilling new landscape. These matters, the true levers of power and finance, are of a delicate and confidential nature. The trust I place in you by speaking so freely is a bond between us, a secret that separates us from the rest of the world in the ship. The thoughts I shared are for you and you alone. It would be a grave mistake to speak of them to anyone else. Simpler minds, even well-meaning ones, could dangerously misinterpret the complexities of our conversation. Discretion is the cornerstone of the world in which I operate. I once had an associate, a very promising young man, who was careless with his words, who spoke of private matters in public company. His career was, regrettably, cut short. Misunderstanding can be as damaging as malice, and I would be devastated if your reputation or ours were to be tarnished by it. I know this charade must be difficult for you. I see the conflict in your eyes, a battle between duty and desire. But what you mistake for duty is merely the fear of embracing your own magnificent potential. You have been taught to be careful, to be proper, to value safety above all else. I am here to tell you that safety is a gilded cage. I am the only one who sees the fierce, brilliant woman beneath the perfect manners, the woman who yearns for a life that is truly lived, not merely endured. Do not fear that part of yourself. Give it to me. I will not tame it. I will give it a world large enough to command. It is for this reason that I feel an urgent need to see you again. I cannot bear the thought of a shadow of misunderstanding resting between us. I must see it in your eyes that you understand the spirit of what I shared with you, the spirit of greatness, of ambition, of our shared destiny. For your sake, to ease your gentle heart, we must speak. We must clear the air so that you can feel the same exhilaration that I do, not the anxiety that I saw in your face today. Therefore, you must meet me tonight, 11 o'clock, at the aft end of the enclosed promenade deck. It is our place now, our private kingdom, suspended between the dark sea and the infinite sky. There, away from all the prying eyes and whispering fools, I can explain everything more clearly. I can reassure you and show you the brilliant future, not just the unsettling mechanics of its creation. Do not think of this as a choice. Think of it as a necessity. Our connection is too powerful, too important to be threatened by a moment of doubt. I feel a profound, almost crushing responsibility for your happiness and your understanding. I will not allow you to be frightened by the very things that will one day make you a queen in the world that now seems so intimidating. You are destined for more than a quiet life in a house with a garden, Elise. Let me be your teacher. Do not send a reply and do not disappoint me. We will speak tonight. We must. Yours, Preston Beaumont. Interesting. Yes, I think so. Very interesting. So, the plot thickens. Seems like Miss Elsie Fairchild is playing the two-timing game. Right? She's engaged to Liam and fooling around with Preston. So Preston knows about Liam. I'm guessing Liam doesn't know about Preston. And I wonder what Nora has to do or what she does in this situation, Nora Flynn, because she's Elise's companion. So I'm thinking it's safe to assume that we can see something. Safe to assume that we can kind of assume that. Oh, come on. What's going on? Oh, well, we won't worry about that. Okay, so we kind of assume that that Liam doesn't know that Elise is having something going on with Preston, but Preston definitely knows that Elise is engaged to Liam. So I wonder if Elise is keeping the fires burning at both ends there. Well, I'm sure we will see as time goes on. With these letters, sometimes they send you little pictures and bios and stuff. I wanted to share this before we go. It's a menu from the Titanic, a reproduction of a menu from the Titanic. Okay. This is the menu for April 11th, 1912. For lunch, filet of brill, egg a la Argentina, chicken a la Maryland, corned beef, vegetables, dumplings. Okay, that was luncheon. From the grill, grilled mutton chops, mashed, fried, and a baked jacket potatoes, custard pudding, apple meringue, and pastry. Buffet, salmon, Norwegian anchovies, potted shrimp, soused herring, plains and smoked sardines, roast beef, round of spiced beef, veal and ham pie, Virginia and Cumberland ham, bologna sausage, brawn, galaxy of chicken, corned ox tongue, lettuce, beetroot, tomatoes, cheese, Cheshire. Oh, this is the cheese. Cheshire, Stilton, Gorgonzola, Edam, St. Ivel, Roquefort, Cheddar, and Camembert. Ice draught Munich lager beer. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, they had to pay for that by the tankard. So tankard, right? What it is? Big old tin cups, right? The tall ones. Tankard. Anyway, okay, folks. Well, we will continue this on the next Tuesday. And I will see you then. Don't forget to check me out on my Facebook page, The Bay Lady. Also, you might want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sharon Schultz, The Bay Lady. All of them will, if you check the right boxes, will notify you when I have tours, upcoming live tour schedule. Okay, I've got some coming up that should be pretty interesting when we get out and about town here. So anyway, oh, and don't forget, please support my content. Please support me at buymeacoffee.com. You'll see the link to that on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. Okay, well, it is after midnight now, past my bedtime. So I'm going to say good night, and I will see you next time.